After the U.S. Supreme Court's decision on Friday to leave Texas' restrictive abortion law in place, other states are already planning to mirror the law, but not for abortion.
The Texas law allows private citizens to sue anyone who aids or abets an abortion after cardiac activity is detected in the womb for a minimum of $10,000. Now California is vowing to use that same clause for a different constitutional right. KXAN's Maggie Glenn has more.
There's a loophole that's been exploited here.
Justices voiced their concerns over the lasting impact Texas's abortion law could have on other states during last month's oral arguments.
Skeptics on both the left and the right were worried that because SB 8 creates mechanisms for bypassing federal courts and federal review of these laws, and creates this novel kind of bounty hunting approach that insulates statewide officials from enforcement responsibility.
Justice Sonia Sotomayor's dissent Friday read in part, "The court clears the way for states to reprise and perfect Texas's scheme in the future."
We're seeing now one of the first real, shots across the bow from Governor Newsom in California.
Over the weekend, Governor Gavin Newsom announced his intent for California to pass a similarly structured law to enable private citizens to sue anyone who manufactures, distributes, or sells assault weapons. Constitutional law expert Josh Blackman calls it political theater.
As it stands now, California already regulates guns quite heavily. They're able to this because the courts have upheld those measures. So I'm not really sure what the private enforcement action actually yields. And I can't fathom California takes that power away from their attorney general. They're not going to remove their own authority to prosecute various acts.
Blackman says he doesn't expect other states to use the same construct for other issues until the Supreme Court rules on the Mississippi Dobbs case in the spring, which will decide the fate of Roe versus Wade.
I think this private enforcement mechanism is sort of like a stopgap. It's a temporary measure until the court gets the heart of the matter, which is Roe v. Wade.
If Roe versus Wade is overturned, states will have much more latitude with abortion restrictions. Here in Texas, we already have a trigger law in place that will ban all abortions if it is overturned.
For a little more context, what exactly constitutes an assault rifle? It's described as a military-grade weapon that fires repeatedly with a single trigger pull. The term does not apply to civilian AR-15s or other weapons, which are considered semi-automatic. That means the weapon fires one shot each time you pull the trigger, while weapons look like AR-15s, look like they are assault rifles, but they are not.